Okay, next is week 6, day 4. So this is all about illustrate the stages involved in photosynthesis. So photosynthesis, there are two processes. So we know already that photosynthesis is the food making by the plants. So there are two stages. So we have the first stage is the light dependent reaction. Okay, happens in the presence of light. So during this process, okay, during this process, light dependent reaction again, it happens in the presence of light. So that is why it is called as light dependent reaction. So this process occurs in the thylakoid membrane of the plants. So it converts light energy to chemical energy, which is utilize water during this stage. It facilitates the formation of the free electrons and oxygen. And during the light dependent, it produces ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and inhibited pH, NADP, pH, nicotinamide, adenine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen. So which is kaning produced during the light dependent reaction is being used during the dark reaction or the Calvin cycle. So during the day, so the first stage happens during the day. So during night is the Calvin cycle or the dark reaction. Of course, dark reaction meaning it has no light. So or it called as light independent reaction. It happens during dark reaction. So during night time. So where it takes or where it happens. So it takes place in the stroma. Then ang carbon dioxide it will be converted into sugar. So does not directly need light. So as what I said, so it is light independent reaction. So it doesn't need light. So that is why it is called as dark reaction. Then it needs ATP and NADPH. So which is produced from the light, so needed by the Calvin cycle or the dark reaction, which occurs immediately after the light dependent phase. Okay, so for your exercises or activity, or by the way, this is the light reaction and the dark reaction figure. So light with the presence of the light, okay, with the water and the oxygen, okay, so it produces in ADPH and the in ATP, okay, so which is needed during the Calvin reaction. Okay, so during the light dependent, the oxygen is being produced in ATP and in ADPH, which is this in ADPH and ATP is being needed by the dark reaction. Okay, and it produces sugar, and then also which is and also it produces sugar and then carbon dioxide that turns needed also. Okay, so now complete activity. Complete the concept map of the entire process by filling up the figures with the process involved, the raw materials used, and end products of the entire process of the photosynthesis. So, we have the presence of the light, photosynthesis, the first reaction. So, what is needed? Okay, in the light dependent, and it produces blank. Then, it also produces two chemicals which is needed for the second stage of the photosynthesis. Okay, And then it produces blank and it needed blank, which is from the environment. Okay? So that is your activity.